The town of Elon is asking Elon University to reconsider its proposal to close East Haggard Avenue from Circle K to the McMichael Science Center every weekend. The proposal itself says the university wants to close the road to create a large outdoor gathering space for students. But University President Connie Book also says it's about student safety, following a pro-Trump convoy driving through campus. The Board of Aldermen heard the proposal for the first time last week, but didn't support or approve it. And joining us now for the latest on all of this is Elon Town Manager Richard Roedner. Mr. Roedner, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So first off, where are we at in the process of this proposal right now?
Well, we actually received a revised proposal from the university this morning that we are taking a look at, and we are hoping that over the course of this week we'll be able to approve portions of it at the staff level and do some trial implementation over the next couple of weeks to see how things go.
And what's the difference between this proposal and the original proposal from last week?
The original proposal was for 7 weekends from, I believe, Thursday evening to Sunday evening, which would have significant impacts on the downtown, significant impacts on traffic. What we're looking at right now is for 1 weekend and then some spot closures as we move further into November.
Mm-hmm. And what is the reason that the university is citing for closing the road in this new proposal?
I think the prime reason is concern over security. With the random trucks driving across campus, the spin-off of the truck convoy that came through town, it's brought to everybody's attention, and much heightened attention, the issue of safety, perceived safety, and how we keep people comfortable here in Elon, and how we keep this as a community that people want to be in.
Yeah, and do you think that closing the road is the best response to the actions of the convoy?
It can be. I don't think a permanent closure is the answer. I think we're dealing with larger societal issues where that kind of behavior is deemed acceptable by people. And closing it creates, as I said earlier, creates a string of impacts from restaurants downtown, retail downtown, traffic that is getting from one side of town to the other. We also had communications with state DOT today, and they have a lot of input into closing it. Even though it's a town road, that stretch, it does connect multiple state roads, Williamson, both ends of Haggard. And so they would have a big stake in that and take a hard look at any kind of proposal for any kind of a closure.
Yeah, and so President Book has referenced the act of the road closure as a, quote, Band-Aid or more of a short-term solution to the problem. What would you suggest is a long-term solution?
Civility, polite public discourse, and, we are dealing with, I won't say a handful, might be a larger handful than we think, but we're dealing with people who, for whatever reason, have a kind of a anti-societal view of things, that their opinion is more important than others, I think. So I think as a society, we need to take a better look at that. We need to be doing better education on civics and what it means to be, what it means to follow our Constitution, what it means to follow our laws, what is society, we have to work together to create society and keep it running smoothly. How do we get people to do that?
And you are also on President's Book Roundtable that she created in response to the actions of the convoy. Where is the roundtable at in their process right now?
We've met twice, and the second one was Friday. Maybe it was Thursday. We met on Thursday, and really understanding the level of concern that people have with what's been happening, and we're starting to look at some of those options. We've thrown out some ideas of whether it's traffic calming, making the roads so that they are perhaps less desirable to drive through unless you really had to. Whether that's making them more narrow, adding bike lanes, Are there things we can do at crosswalks that make them more secure for pedestrians who are crossing? So those are some of the things that, as a community, we have some control over and would take a look at.
Yeah, and overall, the university has proposed closing this road several times, and it's been denied. What do you think is different about this proposal, or this second proposal from the original one?
Well, I'm not sure that the issue of closing the road, I'm not sure the opinions of that have changed. I think we are willing to take a look and do some experiments to see what changes, what impacts they bring. Does closing a lane change it so that it's not as desirable for that kind of activity to take place? Do we look at one-way streets, for instance? Those kind of things that might make it less desirable to drive down Haggard. Does that just push it to another area, and then we have to take more action? Those are some of the things that we need to figure out.
All right, perfect. And thank you, Mr. Rodner. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us this evening.
My pleasure. Thank you.